Da 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 da. I forgot to set up a party, so this is a good start, a very good start to PSF3. Let me set up the party, and then I will properly commentate. Hello? Hello. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Everyone, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Hello, Gio. We are live for the first time officially around F1 22, the first round of the 8th season of Ero's Ps F3 Championship, presented by me, your host, Liam Cross. This game is excruciatingly loud. We're getting there. Let's go to 2. Is that better? That's too quiet. Okie dokie. One more time, one more time. That's better. That's better. Okay. But yeah, I am your commentator, Liam Cross. We are at Silverstone, as you can see, for the first round of Ero Ps F3. Should have started at 4 PM. Qualifying at Spa-Francorchamps got delayed. So here we are now with 19 of the very best drivers on the grid. In fact, they're about all of the drivers we have. So the best is, you know, it's questionable. I'm going to present you through who everyone is as we go wet qualifying as Gio spins off at Maggots and Beckett. It's very unfortunate for him, but it's safe rejoin. Liverpool apparently scored 9-0. I don't know, I can't verify that. However, okay, going to run you through the teams. Mercedes, we have Alex Wells, a Geo dude, joined by Cameron Dunn. Cameron Dunn's not here today, unfortunately, but they were both in F5 last year, and they were both deemed good enough to earn their promotion, which they've certainly done. And some of the fastest guys in F3, I believe they're actually 2 of the 4 fastest guys. The other 2 are the Red Bulls. Alex Yeast, the man from Britain, and Andreas Klees, the man from Belgium. 2 are definitely the favourites, I'd say. They're the favourites. It's going to be very exciting to see them. Yeast has a broken back currently, so we send our love, and we hope he recovers well. But he's managed to find a setup that allows him to drive somehow. I don't know how, but he's done it. As he sets a 1:38.4. Forgot to say that Cameron Dunn from Mercedes is the only Northern Irish driver on our books. So very excited, very excited. Ferrari, we have 2 mainstays. We have an administrator, JD Bailey, joined by the F5 champion from last year, Stevie the TV. Friends, chat a lot, been through a lot, and now they're going through another miserable season. I'm joking, I'm sorry. They look like they're on good stead to be one of the better teams here, can't lie. It's going to be very interesting to see. Now, then, we go to McLaren. We have Goldsick. You might remember him from F3 last year. And the year before, I think. And the year before that. He's a mainstay in F3. Joined by, it says Porbeck, but it's actually Thomas Litwa, who is at his friend's house. Porbeck doing a fantastic job to win F5 yesterday. Maybe Litwa can continue that spree. Poland very happy with their drivers currently. Then going to Alpine, we have, let me find Alpine. First of all, we have Apo Varova Vahiti, who is a main driver, a full-time driver. Very, very quick driver. Out of nowhere. Last year he was in Formula 5. People didn't give him the respect he clearly deserved and required. And now he's a very, very competent driver who would usually be joined by a more experienced teammate in Patrick Varga. Patrick Varga is not here today, so instead, Alex Slim, John Cordman, the man from Finland. So we have a full Finnish Alpine lineup. You can see teammates with Yeast in other organisations, but Yeast Slim is being a reserve, and he's got his seat. Which will you do if you sign up to the Ero's Discord? You will get a seat. Check the bio down below. Also like the video and subscribe. Maybe share it to your friends. We can't wait to have you. We really can't wait to have you as qualifying. There's lots of yellow flags, lots of people spinning. Not sure, let me get the track map up. Oh, it's a yellow flag in Sector 1. I believe it was one of the horses going around. Is that Alfred Howery coming into pit lane? Yes, it is. Then, the next team would be Alfred Howery. And I really do believe Alfred Howery are probably the best team this year. Look at Klaut, the man from Germany. Not spoken much, not very active man in the server. However, it's undeniable, absolutely undeniable, he's fantastic. He won the pre-season race around Portugal. Every time I've raced him, he's beat me, and I'm in F1. Maybe I didn't practice, but I just know he is a phenomenal driver. And his teammate would usually be Emre Demir, who's in F1 and F2 last year, but took the step down to F3. And I believe there's more potential in him. I don't know if he showed his true self in signing up. I think he can go in the title run here, certainly. But his reserve is Rontosaurus today. T-Rex himself, the man from Ireland in the Alfred Howery. Ronan, a contributor to Ero financially, so very happy to have him on board, as I believe someone there doesn't have a front wing, one of the Mercedes. But yeah, so in the pit lane, one of our many reserves. If I'm then correct, after Alfred Howery, it should be Aston Martin, which has the man from Albania, Enes, well I say Albania, London, Enes Saveri, an F5 driver, a steward, a commentator, a standings creator. If you want him to be something, he'll be it. And his teammate, ERO's very own Lena Scholl's Ero Laxa, who won F4 last year. Very dominant display. Destroyed the competition, if I may say so myself. Destroyed the competition. And Aston Martin, 2 line-only users. I'm excited. I'm excited. At Williams, we go to Murphy, the runner-up in F4 2 seasons ago. Went up to F2, now he's to F3. He's doing the World Tour. No assists this year as well. Very proud of him, the man from Wales. Followed by Wojciech himself. Not the Woutinho, not Woutinho, but Wojciech in the Williams. Not seen much of him yet. Unprecedented how well he will do. We don't know. We really don't know. And the Alfa Romeos, we have Passion Radical, new to the series, but people have good words to say about him. Apparently a very quick, competent, fast driver. Line only. I don't know, but I recognise the Passion name tag, and unfortunately he has went off track as we're talking about him, but that's not his fault. I'm expecting good things. I'm expecting good things from the rest of the field. The entire field, I'm happy with. His teammate would be Alfam, who I believe, or Pierre Maffei, who was an FIA for about 3 seasons ago. I haven't seen much of him myself, but I have reason to believe he'll be a very good, competent driver, as well as all passion goes off at Cops, having to reverse in from the off of the gravel, but no contact, keeps the front wing intact, although I imagine he will be pitting now. But we have Ruminek, his reserve teammate, using that Eagle helmet. Don't know much about Ruminek either, but I see no reason not to expect good things. And finally, Yulaman and Schmerteroni. I want to say Schmerteroni's been F3 before, Yulaman's been F4 before. I recognise their names, they have been active in the server, and they round out the grid aside from the final reserve we have, namely Indian Jesus. Very, very happy to have Indian Jesus around. Know him from another league. Very fast driver on his day and clean, so excited to see. That is the field done, and we have 6 minutes left. It's a raining, wet session, so these lap times may not be indicative of what's actually going to happen. We don't know if this is going to dry up. We don't know if it's going to get wetter. Now, if it is going to get wetter, that means that Alex Geese will be on pole, and that would be unfortunate because we would have missed the pole lap. What we won't miss is Ennis crossing the line, and what's it going to be for him? Expected to be better, but it's not. It's a 140.1, 5 tenths off 14th. I think he would have wanted to do better, if I'm being honest. Murphy doesn't get to improve either, as he's just starting his lap. Yulman is going to be starting his lap next, unfortunately, so no lap time there. Same with Lockett Glau. Linus also not even starting his lap, actually going into the pit lane, clearly no trust in the tyres. Going to get one final run, as there's the Aston Martin of Ennis, who appears to have spun off. And I want to say turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The little kink before the main hanger, well, not the main straight, but the hanger straight. Was it Wellington Straight? It's Wellington Straight, isn't it? And we also have a spinner in the name of Sholasco. More stability in the false leg, oh dear. Rhinoceros crossing the line, first lap of the evening for him, and it's going to put him P16 at 113.5. So I expect a bit more from Rhinoceros. I think Rhinoceros can do a little bit better than that. Quite a big field spread currently though. There's actually 3 seconds in between pole and the runner, or the guy in first. Ruminek crossing the line, and he's going to go, ooh! Oh dear, let me find him. P5 at 138.9. 009 in fact. That is a lovely lap from him. Shawinski is going again. The spin hasn't deterred him from setting a lap time. Love to see it. Smerteroni now coming past the final corner. What's it going to be for him? It's not going to be anything, in fact. Not going to be anything. Oh dear. Next up would be his teammate in Yulaman, who's a few attempts up, and he has improved technically, but span in the process. Not what you want to see. An Apo going P4 with a 137.882. Looking like improving slightly, I believe. Next up would be a Geodude. Not going to do the track lap yet as well. Geodude pit, so I can't do it anyway. And TV is trying to do that time. 3 attempts up, coming out of sector 2. But I'm sure he can improve. Sector 3, what's it gonna be? It's gonna be even worse. I clearly did not catch that he at some point span. That is really unfortunate for him. Really, really unfortunate. Andreas getting ready to set a flying lap, followed by Ruminek, I want to say. Yep. Spectator menu. What do you mean spectator menu? Does it mean anything? Or am I talking? I'm talking. Ah, you wanted to remove it. Okay. Yeah, I get you. Oh yeah, there we are. Thanks very much. What? I don't know. R1 does that perfect. Apo coming up to the finish line. Apologies for wherever that was. What's he gonna set? Oh, it's a pole position for now, provisionally, a 137.3. Geodude in there, and wow, okay, we are drying up now. Looking out at 136.944. Then it would go to, I would believe, Stevie. What are you saying, my God, for? I know, I don't know what I'm doing, alright? Leave me alone. Alex Youth is starting his lap, so we're going to give a little rundown of it. Full throttle, that is the wonders of traction control. Yeah, usually you go full speed into the first set of corners, but you can't quite do it in the internals. Slowing it down into gear 2, maybe gear 3, then round this. It's a beautiful, beautiful section of corners. Up the gears, Indian King and the Wellington straight, as we have a yellow flag for, I believe, the Aston Martin of Linus, I want to say. I'm not sure. Coming into Luffield now, very hard to work out the braking zone unless you're running the racing line, which Alex East is. But swinging it around on the throttle, on the gears early. Truly, I will say Silverstone, plenty of line. So many lines around this track. Into the infamous Cox, slowing it down just a tad. Ooh, going slightly wide, and that is an invalidation for Yeast. But if he has the fuel, he'll be able to set one more lap time. We have 17 viewers watching. Happy to have you. Yeast, yeah, he's aborted his lap in Maggots and Beckett's, and I understand completely why. However, Yullerman hasn't, and he is a few tenths up. Is he going to make the same mistake he did last time? No, he is. Yeah, he's lost his front wing, but he has improved the P6. We now have the Mclaren of Gold set going P7, followed by, I want to say, is that a Geodude? Maybe there's been a retirement in the name of Yullerman, who's retired on track. Unfortunately, Stevie next to come across the line. Absolutely. Going a bit up in his old time, unfortunately for him. Oh wow, so many people going for a lap. I don't know who to spectate. As Stevie goes into a wall. He's lost it coming out of the first corner. Like, it's devastating for him. The highest he's going to start is P11, but I believe this track is clearing. I don't expect much of an improvement. Andres has realised he won't be able to set another lap time, so he's slowing down. I feel the pain. I feel the pain. Murphy's next only goes P12, followed by Linus getting up to P11 on 131.1. Schwalasco, Masiek, correct me on the pronunciation of that, has no fuel, so what a lap, what a lap. Smirteroni up next. He is improving on his time in the first sectors and goes P6, followed by JD Bailey in P13, and Porbeck, who can only get up to P14 at 131 to 138.3. Next up is Ennis, who goes P18. That is a dismal effort from him. He would be very disappointed about that. I have no doubts about. As Lucky Clout goes 136.7, improving his dominance ever so more. Can a Geodude do anything to stop it? I don't believe so, and no, I'm correct. You can only go P3, and followed by Passion Radical. You have to compromise with P16. We just wanted better from him. Apple up next. Can he set a Lucky Clout? No, he can't, but it is going to confirm P2 on the grid for him. Alex Yeast settling for P3, a good recovery effort though, with a broken back. Rhinoceros finishes it off in P16, and I believe Alex Lim has spun. Yes, he has on the final corner. That is devastating for him, and he is the final person to run the grid. P5, I say devastating. I'd be happy with P5. You have your teammate and a team personnel. I don't understand. I don't get the team system. Not for me personally. Why are 21 people watching this? What are you doing with your lives? What's wrong with you? But my apologies. Let me get the Britain track map I sometimes sound like I'm not a native speaker, in all honesty, don't I? I'm struggling a little bit with my English. Is anyone complaining about my microphone this time? I imagine the back hurts. That does make sense. Lockett Glout gets pole position by 3.5 tenths to Ferrova Repahipi. Amazing qualifying for him. I do expect to see more of that. Alex Yeast and a Geodude make up the second row of the grid, followed by Alex Slim and Smirteroni. Andreas, the second Red Bull, finds himself 7th alongside Yoloman, with Goldsick and Rumanek making up the top 10, and Laxa, Stevie, JD, Porbeck, Murphy, Ronsaurus, Passion Radical, Ennis and Shawalasco make out the rest of the grid. I could have done that more smoothly. I really could have, but I didn't. So what can I say? What can I say? Da 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 da. We do appear to have a dry race. I mean, that looks dry to me, unless they're lying to me, which this game does, in all fairness. This game is broken. Deep breaths. But we are away for the formation lap, so thankfully I'm actually going to be able to compose myself. I am alone for today. Kalle Palkinen and Josh Evans are not joining me as of yet, but they will in the future, I imagine. I do not know when. We have a mixture of strategies today, I believe. Yep, mostly mediums, which can easily do a one-stop onto the hards, possibly do a one-stop onto the softs, and that is a terrible, terrible graphics glitch. But people like Eric Slim, JD Bailey and Murphy opting to go onto the hards, which can go very extended period of time. You may expect them to wait for a safety car, because if a safety car comes out, you shave off enormous amounts of time pitting. This is the longest pit lane. I think bar Singapore, and I think it's close. This is the longest pit lane. You lose about 30 seconds. You can't do a two-stop. You really can't do a two-stop here. So pitting under the safety car, incredibly helpful. And then you also have the soft runners of Ero Laxa, Rontosaurus and Ennis, so the teammates there. They have their plan drafted out. They know what they're going to do. I imagine pitting on different laps. I'm guessing. I'm guessing. How I get tongues. You'll find this out about me if you watch this for the first time. I'm very sorry. I get tongue-tied. Tongue-tied. I'm not the best with my English. It's very easy for me to get stuck on a word. So yeah. But I imagine they're working together. They've drafted out the strategy. It's always good to have a teammate in your corner who knows what you're doing. And I expect Laxa and Ennis do. Although, start of last season, Laxa had some questionable strategy calls. But they worked in the end. They did work. Lockett Clout first to get disqualified for his pit entry. How many people are going to do? I'm going to say 7. Apo gets it wrong. Yeast gets it right. Geo right. Smetaroni right. Andreas right. Yulamin right. Galtic, Ruminek, Axel Stevie. Oh, Porbeck gets it wrong. So does Rontosaurus. So we only got 4 actually. I only got 4 unless... Nope. The final man on the grid, Wojciech, does get it right. But we are getting ready for the start of this race. 5 lights are red. And away we go. And that is a fantastic start from Apo. Into the lead he goes by the first corner. Can he keep it as... Oh dear, Yeast is taken out. Oh wow, okay. What on earth, boys? That is about 5, 6 cars I count. Yeah, and we have a safety car. I don't disagree with that. Smirteroni is out of the race. He's lost the front wheel, and that is, oh my god, oh my god, that is 11. No, not 11. 7 people. If it wasn't for the safety car, they'd be removed from the race. Laxo's got a 5-second penalty. I imagine that will be removed for an illegal overtake somewhere. But I don't see the safety car on the grid, actually. So this is going to be a VSC. So it looked very much like Yeast. No, it didn't start with Yeast. I saw Alex Slim going wide before turn 1 into the gravel. And then Apo did get clicked. The Steward wouldn't like this, and the Steward is unfortunately me, and I will probably try and solve what happened there. But Alex Use appears to have clipped Apo, but everything else doesn't make any sense, really, if I'm being honest. Lockett Clout. No, it wasn't Apo, so Apo's still first. It was Lockett Clout that got taken out. So you qualify first. He finished the first lap 18th. That is a disastrous start for him. Same for Alex Slim there. Brontosaurus in the same position he started the race. Murphy dropping down a bit. Passion Radical dropping down a bit. Yeah. Pretty good there as Linus with a very, very illegal pit entry, that. He may be retiring already. I'm not too sure. We have Porbeck being... These camera angles are terrible. I'm sorry. I tried to use the camera angles, but they're so bad. Geodude going down... Oh! Ennis has clipped a Geodude, and Andreas was Yeast. Yeast has also been caught up with that. But it looks like Ennis has just went straight into the back of Yeast, and then Yeast has been taken out by Brontosaurus, and he has reset the track. I'm really sorry, that's 10 seconds. Although, I don't blame Yeast, he's got a broken back. I feel so bad for that, but resetting the track is a 10 seconds plus 3. I have to steward this. Oh dear. I don't want to steward this anymore. Well, guys, please. We're 2 laps in, and about 14 of you have been taken out. And it's denigrated to the back of the grid. Minus Laxa, who has pitted there, but yeah, really not a good start for this. Oh dear. Andreas is now also 1 minute and 34 seconds behind Apo, which is obviously wrong, but there's a timing glitch. I did agree to this chat, but I didn't quite understand how severe it was. The gap between JD Bailey and Yorland, a massive 6 seconds. But I don't think JD would be complaining given where he started. With Stevie behind and nearly contact, but Schwalasco started P19, already up to P7. And is he going to send it on the Ferrari man? No, he doesn't. Keeping it a bit steady there. Stevie looking much the faster man, ready to go for the overtake. You see the strategies there. That 2-stop, don't do that. That 2-stop makes absolutely no sense, if I may say so myself. Ruminek, the reserve, a fantastic first showing from him so far. That's just incredible to see there, as Jack with some very, very good battling there to let his teammate get through. Contact between Schwalasco and Porbeck, or Lichtwa, but it doesn't result in any damage, and I expect Jack to let Stevie through any moment now. Yes, he does. Losing out to Lichtwa as well, though, as Passion Radical seizes the opportunity of this kerfuffle to try and go around the outside of Schwalasco, but Schwalasco making contact with Jack, slightly hurting Passion Radical's chances, although he does get through past Schwalasco anyway. But a massive gap forming between P5 and P6 now. 9 seconds could be unrecoverable. Poor Lichtwa and Stevie having to work together. It was probably best if I say... Oh, sorry. Yollerman going down the inside of Ruminek, the lead Alfa Romeo. It looks like the position is secured for now. Ruminek will go down the outside of Fail, but loses it before Club. Yollerman holding on to P4. What is going on at the back of the field? There was an overtake there. Lockett Clout and Alex Yeast battling. Can Yeast get the move done? Oh, no, he can't. Oh, a little bit of a squeeze there. But Yeast gets the overtake. either way. 31 people watching. What is going on, boys? What is going on? Slim and Yeast now working together all the way at the back of the pack. Shlorasko has spun it. Shlorasko has spun it at Village. Down to P13. Ruined that amazing start. How unfortunate for him. And look at Clout. I believe he's lost control of the car again. Possible contact between him and Yeast. Gap forming ever big now as Laxa puts the fastest lap of the race in clean air. And it's behind. Not a good opening day for the Aston Martins, I have to say so myself. I think they would happily admit to that as well. We have another yellow flag, and it's Eric Slim on those hard tyres. He's ruining them. And he's spun again. Those tyres are going to get very hot now, hard to control. What will be hard to control for Apo is this lead, however, as Andreas is within the DRS zone. So Andreas is 8 attempts behind as of right now, as Stevie actually overtakes Litwa into P6. Ruminek trying to get the better of Yoloman, not quite able to for now. Down the inside of Club Corner, and Yoloman keeps the position, but these two slowing each other down, moving into the realms of Stevie, and losing the top 3. Goldsek, a very solid showing so far. Hasn't crashed, but Shalasko and Geodude, they have crashed into the pit wall, and that's going to be a safety car, surely. Yes, it is. Need to get that view one more time if anyone's there. Don't believe so. Eric Slim, the only person able to react for now, but as the leader has passed the safety car in this camera angle, that is irritating. People will get a second opportunity to pit. So, I expect Rhinoceros to be the biggest winner there. Got up to P11, and there's a delta glitch here stopping JB Baby from going past. This game is terrible. Laxa does get a drive-through penalty for ruining the delta, but I imagine it will be removed. He's already pitted. He can't make it to the end though, so it's unfortunate. We can't remove penalties that have already been served in the race. Shalasko leaves the session. That will be definitely reported. Geodude was, if I'm correct, the fastest man in sign-ups for this particular division. So for him to be out the first race, his home Grand Prix, that's going to be really disappointing. Really disappointing. I expect Apo to come into the pit lane now. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. This is a free pit stop. Yeah, and there he goes, followed by Andreas Goldsick as well. It is a no-brainer in my eyes. But Yoloman opts to stay out. Okay. That is interesting. Ruminik does pit. I expect Stevie to also pit. Yep, followed by Litwa or fallback. Murphy stays out. Thank you very much, Cameron. Yeast was the fastest. JD in, Radical in, Rhinoceros in. Looking like he's going for an overtake. Yeast in, Lockett in. No real surprises there. Only 16 runners in this Grand Prix currently left. As we wait for the safety car to finish. But you can see there Murphy already up into P2 on those hard compound tyres. Didn't have much option. Yeast getting, wow, how did you get okay, so Slim's got a penalty under the safety car. That's really unfortunate. Shouldn't be pushing the car too hard when you're not allowed to race. Yeah, the racing standards been a bit poor here today, I must admit. You are correct though. I don't know what it is with Silverstone. I think maybe the DRS, it attracts people together. There's more battles. When you have more battles, you will inevitably have more crashes. I think that is a definite possibility as I shut this window before people think I'm insane. While I do think that's a possibility, I don't know. I think people, maybe it's the first race of the season, people are eager to get into battles, and it's just not happened. We saw it in F4. I believe we also had it in F5, an opening lap battle. Yeah, there's nothing unusual about first lap crash, but I'm seeing a bit too many of them now. But as the season progresses, and this is true for every tier, but especially for this tier currently, as the season progresses, people will learn this is how you battle, and this is what you do to avoid a crash, because not every move is a good move. if you can see a crash happening, although the crash may not be your fault, you need to avoid the crash. That's just how it is. A safety car going around for what I imagine will be its final lap, unless Ennis cannot catch the safety car. I think he will do. I think he'll be fine. Yollerman, I believe, is expecting more crashes, however, because he's stayed out on those medium tyres. He may be first, and everyone behind him, for the most part, maybe on hards. But I think he's gambling on another safety car, and then he could go onto the hards again with better tyre wear, or go really late and then get onto the softs, as I was saying earlier on the formation lap. Murphy on those hards, it was a no-brainer for him. You have to stay out. The mediums aren't going to get to the end, the softs aren't going to get to the end. No point banking on something that's never going to happen. So he has to stay out, wait again. Apo is onto the hards, however Andreas on the softs shocks me. That shocks me. I don't understand the logic there. Yes, the safety car may come for him as well, because he's not going to get to the end of the race. Or maybe there's rain. I have not checked. I don't like asking. I like, if it's dynamic weather for them, it's dynamic weather for me. I will find out at the time. But there could be rain coming, because pitting onto the softs guarantees you at least from this point in the Grand Prix, with 19 laps left, pitting on the softs means you're going to pit again. And that's not a good strategy. That's not a good strategy. You're losing way too much time, and you're never going to gain it back on track. Not even in a 100% race, let alone a 50% race. So I'm gonna see, but I am expecting Andreas to be playing his luck here, and I'm expecting weather. It's Britain after all. How could there not be rain? That's impossible. Safety car is in this lap. Most people have opted to go into hards, but Rhinoceros onto a set of the soft tyres, and JD Bailey onto a set of the mediums. The mediums could go 20 laps. I'm not saying they can't, but I believe you're in puncture territory, so I wouldn't guarantee it. I think it's better to play it safe. JD Bailey was on the hards, however. He's just opted for a different solution than Murphy, as that is Stevie spinning under safety car, and he's taking a very interesting rejoin line, but I think that's going to give him a time penalty. No, okay. But that has messed a few things up when it comes to the order of the pit lane, as Yollerman gets a fantastic start, keeping the lead. Murphy 5 tenths behind. We have another yellow flag. Is that for someone spinning? I'm not too sure, but Murphy settling into P2 up and not quite getting the overtake, checking behind for any collisions. Not as of yet. I believe because Stevie may have illegally overtaken someone by accident, letting them through has then separated them as the main pack were driving away, which is unfortunate, really unfortunate. Not much you can do, but Stevie, Slim and Ennis are now far away. Litwo is getting overtaken by Rhinoceros, using those softs to good effect as Goldstick ahead gets slightly nudged off by Ruminek. Rhinoceros securing the position, no one behind to capitalise. Beautiful stuff as Rhinoceros now pulls away. Don't expect those hard tyres to be a challenge for Rhinoceros. But he will be caught up in this battle. 2 hard runners up ahead. Not going to get an overtake into Magnus and Beckett, so we will move on to Andreas, who's looking much feistier. Still only about a second and a half between him and first place. Murphy already overtaken by Apo. We didn't catch that quite on stream, my apologies. We will catch Rhinoceros overtaking Ruminek though. But Andreas knows he needs to get past these two immediately. Every lap on the softs is like a clock. You know, eventually they're going to die, and it's not going to be that long away. It really isn't. I've done 10 laps on the softs and got a puncture. Andreas might not like that, but it's the truth. So Andreas is going to need to make that overtake immediately. He's not quite doing it yet. Let's get his ERS settings enabled. He's on 70% ERS, so he knows what he's doing. He's not blowing everything on just this. But I think if you were him, you'd like to be a bit more opportunistic. a bit faster, as I believe there's an overtake down at the back. Yeah, Passion, Radical, and Locket Clout, and Yeast as well, getting the move. Lovely stuff. Radical losing 2 positions in 1. The Laxa waiting just behind, like a predator. Oh dear, a bird. But yeah, things are sustaining slightly apart from Radical. Going back to Radical. Oh, he's got a much better exit out of Cops. Trying to go down the outside. It's just not going to work. He's securing the position, but he might have compromised Maggots and Beckett's to get it back. Oh, nearly breaking. Nearly breaking. And Radical on the hanger straight. Side by side. No DRS activated yet. And by the time they get to Stowe, it's not quite worked out. Really, really, really close battling now. If there was DRS, would have been a different fate. As Laxa gets a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane, and I believe he might be retiring from the session. Can't guarantee it. Still gets a penalty for corner cutting. But it's not been Linus's day today, the F4 champion of late. Andreas really not using any softs to their advantage. He really needs to get a push on now. There is DRS enabled, but he's using more ERS than the guys ahead, and he's not getting the results. However, I expect Apo will be getting the results. Oh, Ruminek will be getting the results as well, actually, going down the inside of Brooklands. And there's a spinner, there's a crash, and it's Eric's Slim. I can't quite see it, but the safety car is out for the second time. Our third caution of the evening. Didn't get to see it. I expect it to be reported. Let's see what is going on. And that is a bizarre crash, and Linus has had the really unfortunate drive-through penalty happen again. So yeah, I'm amazed Linus is still in this. He can't serve the drive-through penalty under the safety car, obviously. So that was probably also why he pitted the last time. But he now has 5 seconds, another drive-through, and I believe another 5 seconds. Really not being a good stunt from him. Ozzy Orleman and Murphy finally going to the pit lane. So does Andres. Murphy nearly getting collected there. Running into the back of Brontosaurus. That is true, but to crash going, staring right into that corner is odd. I've never seen someone hit that wall. But disappointing day out for him. But he'll have many to come, hopefully, as spots fill out. What can I say? Edison to the pit lane, onto a set of the hards, no surprise. Murphy pitting onto the mediums. I think that was actually a good strategy call from him. I think there's that, and the Brontosaurus. Did he get overtaken by Beck on the straight or what? I'm not so sure. I'm going to have to watch that back. With the sound off, obviously. I don't like listening to my own sound, my own voice. Yuck. Yeah, Commentator doesn't like their voice as a rare breed, but they exist. Okay, so let me go to Ero. I'm going to take this opportunity to like the Ero channel, actually, because it deserves a bit of liking and a bit of love. But you're going to like that video. It deserves it. It really does deserve it. 23 watching. Fantastic show out today. I think it's produced. Let me check the settings. Alex is angry at Passion Radical, so we're going to find out there. Settings for this race. Simulation settings. Standard. No, that's the wrong setting. Dude, ignore me, man. Reduced safety car. Reduced safety car. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. I'm just checking the stream now. We were on board with Brontosaurus briefly. And it does look like, if I do it looks like Brontosaurus is the person who's supposed to be ahead. F indeed. F indeed. Brontosaurus on these softs. He's not opted to pit this safety car, so I'm confused as to when he will pit. But there's a plan, there's a vision here, clearly. I'm not aware of it, but it will come. It will come. What can I say? What can I say? What is going on? Everyone's on the hards. Everyone's got the same strategy. Yulman, newer hards, but the hards don't really wear out. The hards are quite good here. So I don't expect Yulman to struggle too much. Oh, by making contact with Stevie. That is not going to help. Is that a 5-second penalty for anyone? Apparently not. Apparently not. That might be reported by Stevie. I'm not so sure. It was a minor incident. But usually, at least in the last year's game, it was very, very common that even the slightest bit of contact under the safety car was a 5-second penalty. And it doesn't appear to be that way this year. So, interested about why that is. But it's good, I'd say, 5 seconds for a little tap. And it was never given to the correct person. I like it, I'm okay with it. But I do expect Murphy to be the big winner from this safety car. Not for the race. Pardon me, we don't know what's going to happen. I imagine there'll be another safety car, given the standards shown today. You know, we'll see, obviously. So the Aston Martins getting their wiggle on. Linus having to serve another drive-through penalty, so fortunately this drive isn't going to serve him too well, not being his fault. His game is just incredibly broken. I'm going to go to the front of the pack though. Does the broadcast camera work? No, what is that for a camera? So Apo is going to get a very good start. Goldtech looking like his tyres are quite cold now. It's not really propelling at all. As we start lap 13, Brontosaurus right behind. You expect him to make a move quite early on as Apo has flown away from the pack. But Brontosaurus being steady for now, not being too dangerous. Not or too aggressive, not using ERS as of yet, as we do have a yellow flag, and it's Ennis. Ennis is spun, and it's been a disaster for the Aston Martins, I've got to say. His Passion Radical also spins. People are not getting accustomed to these, accustomed to the hard tyre, and it's very, very cold heat. As Yulman nearly going for the spin as well, just for that, recovering. Murphy right on the back though. I'm expecting him to make his move soon, although the tyre difference doesn't appear to be too severe here. Yulman's still weaving to get his tyres up to the correct temperature. The pole man, look at Clout in P7. If you can get past this train of cars, I do believe he has the pace to go and chase Apo, possibly overtake. I am expecting a battle at the end of the day. This will be much better. It has been better than the driving in Portugal. There's more meaning to it as Passion Radical spins again at Maggers and Beckett's. Lets Ennis through. Not joining dangerously, love to see it. Lockett Clout and JD Bailey battling. Looks like JD Bailey has kept the position though. I'm not sure how Lockett Clout didn't make the overtake, given JD's racing line, but I imagine maybe a loss of traction. Oh, yes, looks like there was a tiny bit of lag, nearly going into back of Lockett Clout, but not quite, as Radical is retiring from the session, and his teammate Ruminek spins at the same time. Oh, Alfa Romeo's day goes from pretty good to absolutely terrible. I think there'll be a few reports there as well. Oh dear. Unfortunately for Ruminek, he's now P13, although Ennis still behind. Don't believe he pit. Expecting another safety car. Very, very crumpled up train here, starting with Stevie, ending with Laxa for now. But they just can't get past. It's all Stevie, a very odd entry into Cops. Very odd entry into Cops. Gilliman looking to go side by side, not quite able to do it. Um, but good stuff mostly. We'll get the run on the hanger straight. I hope no DRS, no DRS, just use the DRS, which he's not using. He's waiting for the DRS. Stevie not within Yeast's DRS. Oh, but he is now. I know he's not, because Yeast's span into V12, the broken back, not doing him any favours, unsurprisingly. And Linus pits, or drives through the pack lane rather. And Yeast will come out P12. Not many cars still in this race that are competitive as we go through Abbey Farm into Village, and Stevie protecting himself from Yolman, who's driving some erratic lines. Doesn't appear to. Oh, he does have the DRS. I'm not sure whether they're saying he wasn't, but he will also have the DRS now. Down the Wellington Straight to the inside he goes, and around Brooklands he's already made the move work. As an Stevie runs into him, takes him out, and I'm sorry Stevie, but I think that's going to be a penalty. Andreas takes the opportunity there to overtake Murphy up into P8 using the ERS. He's going to fly by Stevie on the hanger straight coming up, I imagine. Yeah, ERS quite similar between the two, but there's no way of defending that. Thomas Litwa right on the back of Rhinoceros on those hards. No idea how he scratched Ronan. Those softs must be shot. And around the outside of Stowe, does he go off? He goes ever so slightly off, but Ronan goes even further off. As Ericsson leaves the session. And into Fowl and Club, all side by side. Not dirty, but Ronan keeps the move. I now look at Clout looking very interested in going for his own overtake as Litwa cuts Abbey. Likely gets a warning. No time penalties yet, of the drivers remaining at least. So that's always nice to see. You always like to see a... Yeah, Ronan did gain off track, but Litwa's overtake also happened off track. I went into team myself. I let them sort that out. I think it was more of a 1-for-1. Definitely a gain off track though. But this overtake is going to happen any minute now. These softs look shot. They are dead. As Apo in a world of his own now. He's actually kept Andreas behind. Also, I don't remember Andreas spinning, but he must have. In order to be so far down the order, he was only a couple of attempts behind. But, oh yeah, he pitted then, didn't he? He pitted again. Those softs, they were never going to get to the end. I was right. They pit again under the safety car, but it's not worked out entirely. I have to admit, as I look at Clout, this will work out. Inside of Stone, no, he pulls out. He's an intelligent driver as Ruminex spins once more and Rhinoceros into the pit lane. Didn't fit under the second safety car and it's made him pay. And it's finally overtake. So, oh, what's going on here? Stevie getting the overtake done on Murphy again. Murphy, these mediums not quite kicking into gear yet. But P6 goes a very good showing from Ferrari, and even better showing from the McLarens. Fantastic stuff, to a double podium for the full-time drivers, and you have to say their championship, or the championship, is already on. Rhinoceros demoted to P12, P13, and I expect P14 as Rocket Clout goes up into P3. And yeah, Linus gets the move. There's a yellow flag. Oh, I've jinxed it. I appear to have jinxed it. Thomas Litwa has spun. I expect, yes, he is catching just a little amount, but he will be in the DRS range now, Luke. But Litwa has spun. I expect contact with Lout to put him down there. Like to see who's at fault, if anyone. Murphy overtaking Stevie TV though as well. Murphy up into P5, and this race is beginning to feel like a process of elimination. Who wants it more? I don't know. I don't know yet. Apo clearly wants it. He's never won in Ero, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure of it. And he's looking like he could win now. 5 seconds, 5 seconds the gap between him and Lockett Clout. Goldsick also in the DRS. So don't expect Alfred to have an easy ride of things as Murphy sets the fastest lap, incredible pace. And it's up next to JD Bailey for him. A phenomenal performance so far. We've not even looked at JD Bailey really. He's just driven his race. And Goldsick is gone. Ever so slightly, not enough to demote him to P3, but around the loop, Goldsick has lost the car. It's a heavy traction zone, very easy to do so. And all of a sudden, he's 3 seconds behind Apo and has to look behind him. That's really shocked me. Goldsick, you get into the DRS, you get into the groove by now, you'd expect, but it's not quite worked out. It's just not quite worked out, and now Goldsick has to do it all again. He has caught up 5 tenths in just this sector alone, so I do believe he can catch back up. But Apo, everyone that goes near Apo dies. And ooh, Goldsick nearly going again there. Just about recovering the car, but you can see the temps down. Lockett Clout, the temps goes down. Lockett Clout is gaining ever so slightly. So is JD. Oh, we got another yellow flag, and it's Yeast spinning once more. Is he going to keep P10 from Ennis? I don't think Ennis has the run quite. Oh, he might actually. This is going to be a drag race down into Stowe. ERS not being used, as Yeast does actually have DRS himself. But this is going to be a battle that falls. No, actually, Yeast pitting from P10. Is he going to retire? It would be fair if he retired. Can't blame him. Was he going for fastest lap? No, he's still in the race, so I think he's actually going to pit onto the softs. That's going to be lovely to see. We wouldn't blame him with his broken back. Yes, he has a broken back. Yeah, onto the soft compound he goes. Trailing line P14. Apone, Goldsick, the gap is steadying. Lockett Clout is knocking off a few tenths every lap as Andreas, I'd say he overtakes Stevie, but it looks more like Stevie's lost traction out of left field and went down to P7 and out of the DRS, and that's going to be deadly for him. True. But through Max and Beckett, Stevie goes, keeping the car this time. Looks like the tyres are back up to pressure. With the new update that happened after, or how the cars react after patch 107, 106, as Rubinek gets a time penalty added to his time at the end of the race. It's very hard to get the tyres back down. When you spin, the tyres heat up, and then every corner you go to, you're seeing it a bit there, the tyres aren't in their optimal temperature, which means they're loose, and you go through a corner and you think you're fine. It's fine usually, but because your tyres are too hot, the car just goes round, and it's so easy to get caught up into a trend of spinning as Brontosaurus overtakes Laxa. A fairly easy move. Those mediums are way too old now, waiting for another safety car, otherwise the race is over for him. But Stevie has kept things going. It'll be interesting to see if these hards can survive at the end of the race, especially the mediums. I expect JD to drop off. Murphy is already in DRS range, so I would still expect Murphy to get the better of JD at some point. And everything's quite stable now. There's not much to say apart from Murphy trying to catch up. Gets traction. 6 tenths away, but no, a foul, no overtake. This lap, we have 6 more laps of action to go. Murphy and JD looking like the most obvious battle. Very happy for Murphy. He lost the F1 Championship 2 seasons ago by turning off traction control, then spinning halfway through, just spinning at every race after, like, you know, about halfway through the season. He probably would have won if he hadn't spun, but it went to Yano instead. But Murphy knows he does have the pace in there. Just needs to sort the consistency out, and today he's sorted the consistency out, and you're seeing a very good performance so far. And with JD's old tyres, the overtake should come relatively soon, but not happening just yet. Goldsick gaining a second on Apo over the last few laps. The lead's coming to a close. I'm expecting a three-way fight for the lead as Yeast sets the fastest lap. Oh, 3-second penalty for Goldsick. That has removed him from contention for the race win. 4 now, as I believe he cuts another corner there, losing the flow of the circuit. And now Lockett Clout is right behind. But so is Murphy on JD. It looks like this may be the straight down the hang straight. Is he going to go to the inside or outside as Solomon gets the corner cutting penalty? It's going to be the inside for now. Oh, JD moves slightly across at the end of the circuit. I'm not sure that's penalty worthy. Murphy decides to pull out, but he's going to have a good attempt into foul. Oh, around the outside. Loses the momentum of the car as Brontosaurus gets a 3-second time penalty. Murphy not able to commit to the move this time, but he's looking much closer to getting the overtake and getting a secure P4. Lockett Clout not quite in DRS range yet, but maybe next lap you'd expect to see the move. DRS not open, and neither is it for Goldsick. And Apo is just relaxing as Brontosaurus gets a 5-second penalty, speeding into the pit lane, and is retired from the race in P12. I'm not sure if he had any damage there, but could have got points to another safety car. You never know until you know. What can you say? Lockett Clout is now within DRS range of Goldsick, however. Oh, is he going to keep it though? Yes, he is. Mr. Bean is leading because Mr. Bean's actually quite good at this game. It's a shock, but it's true. Out of the ERS though, however, Lockett is. So it's Goldsick. Apo, not out of the ERS at all. Apo can push. Apo can really push here. Murphy also definitely going to push, only 3 attempts behind. Using the ERS, JD also to the outside this time. Swings around the outside. Keeps it on track. Lovely stuff. You expect JD around the outside of foul. Can he defend the move? No, he can't. No contact made. Bit cautious from JD, you'd have to say there. But Murphy does get past finally. However, JD is going to get the DRS back on the Wellington straight. So this battle is not over, folks. Please keep watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We have a good one today. After lap 6. The battles have calmed down as well. Very happy to see. Or the crashes, I may say so myself. As Andres getting the DRS, and it gets a 3-second time penalty. Watching the battle ahead. Bailey down the inside of Brooklands. No contact for now. Entering Lovefield. And JD's actually done a very nice move for now. But Murphy back around the inside of Lovefield gets to move, and now Andreas looks most likely to go for the overtake. Nodding cops, however. JD getting a lot of overspeed there, so might be running low wings. Nearly contact between him and Andreas. Going into the Max and Beckett's now. JD slowing down, the sides are getting quite old. Murphy might be able to get out of DRS here. Andreas certainly going to look for the move as he now sees JD out of ERS. That is huge. That's the fastest lap. JD not quite brave enough to send it on Murphy. I don't think it would have been a good move anyway. So it's just actually good awareness there. Andreas, will he send it? No, he won't. JD we've already seen once before, but with his teammate behind, I do expect JD to allow Stevie to catch up. Be generous with the overtaking. For Stevie, not for Andres. He will slow Andres down, possibly allow Stevie to get a 2-on-1. But you're gonna see. I will follow it. Hey, I will follow when I want to follow. Coutinho, I am the commentator here. You don't tell me what to do. See? Not close. I'm focused on this battle for now. Although this battle is also becoming not close. So who knows? There we got a yellow flag, and it's Yeast, and Yeast is out of the session. Is that going to be a safety car? or a VSC, it was on track. He is retired on track, as in not in the pit lane, but no caution necessary. The stewards believe we're going racing once again, and with 2 laps left, this is a nail biter in the making. Goldzic trailing, not quite close enough to go for the move yet. No ERS accessible. Look at Clout slowly building up the ERS, but Apo looking the healthiest as of now. As Stevie makes the move on Andres, can he keep it done? Yes he can. JD, see what I mean? Letting him through immediately into foul. Beautiful teamwork there as Stevie goes up into P5, and JD on the old mediums now just has to hold Andres back with only 2 laps remaining. All he needs to do is separate Stevie from Andres, even by just a second. That would be huge, and he goes slow into Abbey and Farm. Exactly, he knows what he's doing. He's good at this. Andres nearly make contact once more, but not quite doing it. Slow into the loop, and yeah, perfect driving from him. Goldzic very, very close to the back of Apo now, as that battle looks mostly all resolved. JD using the DRS to keep Andreas behind once more. Stevie, I think, is quite safe in that position. Now, unless Andreas can go around the outside of left field, and oh my lord, he can't quite, but he's going to use the ERS. Can he go for a move into Cops? Can he go for it? No, he's not going to use the ERS. He's not going to push too much. Although he gets a much better run into Cops. He's closer to JD than JD is to Stevie, and knowing JD will never go for an overtake here. Andreas can be confident. Oh dear. And that's a 3-second time penalty, which ruins his chances of that happening. But we are going to go into the lead battle for the final lap. And I didn't interview anyone on the safety car. My apologies. I forgot to do so. But we have one more lap of racing. Andreas, can see JD's running out of ERS. Is he going to dive it into foul? I think he is. No, he's not. He's not going to dive it into foul just yet. What about Club? No, he's stuck behind JD. Stevie is allowing JD to keep up with the DRS. It's really, really good driving there. And Murphy is flown away in a world of his own now. Don't expect him to make up or lose any positions. Now we are on the final lap. Only one more DRS straight remains after this, and Goldzic just doesn't have the speed to do it. Mr. Bean might actually be on for his first win in ERO and in F3. Yeah, taking those mediums 20 laps is impressive, as Ruminek gets a time penalty and is somehow going to get points after all of this. Lots of excitement in the chat for Apo. Can he make this happen? Can he really survive another lap of relentless pressure? We're going to see, even with the 3-second time penalty on track. Can he keep it? Can he keep it on track? He will probably get the win either way, unless he makes a mistake and Look at Clout spins. No, Look at Clout capitalises, but I don't believe so. Goldzic, we've got one more corner, or one more section of corners to go. Goldzic, is he going to do a dive bomb, or is he going to play it safe? He's going to play it very safe. And Apo, I cannot believe I'm saying this for the first round of the season, but Apo comes around the final corner and Look at Clout's spun. He's spun or he's run out of fuel, I don't know, but Apo's going to win the Grand Prix, followed by Goldzic in P2. And look, he's very, very slow, and Murphy's... What on earth? Murphy's going to go into P3, finishes the podium positions. Look at Clout, definitely out of fuel, certainly. The Ferrari's getting P5 and P6, and Andreas actually losing out to Paulbeck in the end. You can see Andreas not able to overtake JD on track. Yollerman rounds up the point scorers. No, doesn't round up the point scorers. He gets P9, followed by Ennis in P10. The fastest lap goes to Linus. He was quite far away, but Ruminek, the only non-point scorer to finish the race. I am amazed. Look at Clout on the final section of corners, completely bottling it. That's a real sham from him. I believe he's out of fuel, but he also definitely spun. And then when you spin when you spin and you're out of fuel, that traction, it just doesn't come to you. You don't get any engine power, but oomph. And that oomph is what you need. As Look at Clout yes, the car is definitely out of fuel. But that little oomph wasn't quite there for Paul. And unfortunately, Murphy at the death picks up a podium position. That is some really quite incredible racing. I am amazed. Absolutely amazed by that. I'm going to have to ask the top three if they'd like to do a podium interview. They deserve it, certainly. That was a fantastic battle to the end. Lots of DRS trains, lots of crashes, but the people at the top deserve to be at the top. That's what you say, and Apo is a very, very much a feel-good. So let me find, yeah, the battle. Murphy in the chat talking about JD's battle. Fantastic stuff. Got some messages. I think there's going to be some reports. Possibly. Almost definitely a report, actually. Let me check. Is there already one made? Not as of yet. People are being sensible for now. But this is... I've already given you a grid rundown. I will go through the race director for myself. Because I'm the steward for incidents. Oh, quite a few incidents there. Quite a few incidents there. Ruminek driving under the Chinese flag. I wasn't aware of that. We have to make sure. I believe he's Polish. And Ennis, I'm not even sure if the Albania flag's on the game, so fair enough. But yeah, that was a fantastic race. I'm glad it calmed down. I'll say that much. The start of this race was a bit of a nightmare. As a steward, I frowned. Not happy about it. People are angry. People are very angry. But I'm immensely proud of Apo. Immensely proud of Apo for getting that win. I'm going to ask them if they want to do interviews now. So it's Apo, Goldsack, Gareth, Murphy. So you were saying, yeah, people. Some good battling at the end there. Some really good battling out there, and it was unfortunate for Lukic running out of fuel, and then just not having the power. It was unfortunate. Apo's mic is broken, so we're going to ask him to write a statement, and we're going to get Goldsick in the call. Hopefully Murphy has agreed. Let me just see what's going on. Let's see. People just happy. People are very angry as well. I say happy. People that got good points are happy. Everyone else is angry, which isn't too much of a surprise. What is going on? What have I been tagged in? Let me see. So, I've asked Apo the question: how did you find the race? That is the question. Oh, I'm not getting a response from Goldsack. That will be interviewing. Oh, there was some good sportsmanship. Stupid. Jack Bailey surviving 80% tyre wear. And because the Gold 6 not giving any answer, it'd be a bit weird to interview one person, so I'm not sure we're going to do interviews properly. Apologies for the waits of silence. I'm working out what exactly I'm supposed to be doing. There's always something to do, not always me aware. Apo's still not giving his answer. So I'm just waiting for it. Bear with, and then we can go. But while I'm here, I might as well shield to you the Ero League. If you want to get into some racing on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, check the link in the description below. You can get involved, or you can just watch the stream. And if you want to watch the streams, you've got to subscribe to the channel. And if you like the content, please like the video. It allows the video to get out there. More and more people watch, more and people join, more and more people know about Ero, more and more people want to race. That's it. Obviously, only say the positives, never talk about the negatives. They don't exist. But yes, if you want to watch a bit more action, Ero Ps F3 are racing 7 PM today. So in an hour's time, if my watch is correct, yes it is, an hour's time. And so are Ero Ps F2 racing at 7 PM. I might be in that race actually, you never know. You do know, I'm confirmed it now. I'm going to be in that race because I'm the admin and I'll get to do what I want. But I'll also be racing in Ero Ps F1. The inaugural event of our 8th premiere season. You're going to have FVR AXA, FVR Guil, TF Black Box, Sander Jan, Ramstranger, VAR Ken, VAR Jet, Ero Cross Liam, of course, you see it on the stream. Luno Hey, or Ludwig Stelberg, Sari Kaya, Stinios, Faustas. I mean, yeah, I can go on. Loki Chibs, the F2 commentator, Sniper Arctic. What a tier! What a tier! I am so proud of the tier we've put together for PSF1, and that's at 6 PM tomorrow. In 24 hours time. Don't get it twisted though, there's plenty of more content. There really is plenty of more content. Because there's also Ero Ps F1 if you want to watch Jonathan Foss, Arjan Bilbas, Quil Pavlakovic. Adam no pictures of F2, isn't he? But he will be commentating it most likely. Maybe a bit of Drake, I doubt it. Maybe a bit of Cameron Downs, I doubt it. Alfie Harvey, Owen Heenan. So many great races to watch. So many great races to be a part of. What can I say? I've got the interview from Apo, I believe. Let me see. So, I asked Apo, how did you find the race? And Apo replied, the start was a jackpot for me. Macaulay and Lockett crushing. That gave me the race lead, which ended up being a race win. From the start of the race to the middle of the race, it was pretty much just driving between the track limits. But when the Mclaren, Galsick and Lockett were getting closer and closer, I started to shake, and I was ready to battle. Then, like a gift from the gods, the Mclaren driver got a time penalty, and he didn't manage to stay up with me. At the same time, Lockett slowed down. It was an amazing race, and it was my first win. And it was amazing. Strength. That's the name of the emoji. But a fantastic performance from Apo. our championship leader. Whoever thought that would be a thing. Incredible stuff. And as the online services start to fail on us, and only 9 people are watching, I urge you, don't go now. Stay on the channel. Watch Ero Ps F3. You're going to be amazed with the battle, because if F3 is good, what is F2 and what is F1? I've been your host for today, Liam Cross. I hope to see you next week, where we are at the all-new Miami GP. But if I don't, farewell. And as always, I hope you have a good one. See ya. Bye.